Everybody, welcome back. It's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and I'm on part 2 of the house. And the reason I'm making this house is for 2 reasons. One, I have a bunch of houses, and I was challenged to make a better one that could open up, and one that miniatures could easily sit on the roof. And even though I have one that opens up and some that miniatures sit on the roof, I thought I would combine the two concepts into something a little fancier. So what I have here is a old cutting board that I paint on and my house. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some Mod Podge. And I'm going to get some water. I'm going to get some black paint. And a little bit of brown. Oh, on. Now, I don't know what those exact measurements were, but I'm going to slowly break that down in that water and see what kind of end result color we got. Hopefully it's something kind of dark and browny and grimy. And it looks like it is. So now we're just going to paint our house. And you don't have to get the inside floor perfect. We're going to come back in and redo that anyways to get our dirt in there. But you want to make sure you hit those inside walls well. For darn sure. And you want to get on top of your walls. You could have done a lot more doors and windows, but you guys know I'm just really lazy. Like, I showed you how you can do it. You saw how it can be done. You saw how cheap it is to get the parts you need to make this. You know what I mean? I just don't really feel like making this a 10-hour video where I'm sitting there making a bunch of planks and supports and all that stuff. It's just not my bag, dudes. I'm lazy. I'm a guy who likes to have time to do personal fun stuff because I do work a full-time job. Like, I'm not one of these guys who lives from my YouTube money. I don't even make YouTube money. I'm just like a regular dude. So I'm not getting paid for this. This is like my hobby time. I'm just sharing it because I think it's fun. But now, if I were a full-time YouTuber that edited and stuff, yeah, I would do all that probably, I guess. I don't know if I would ever want to be a full-time YouTuber. I like my job, but some days at work are stressful and make me think, well, maybe I would like to do that. But then I remember why. YouTube is a job too, and has bad days, and really doesn't fix any of your problems. Plus, I see all these YouTubers be like, give me some money so I can buy coffee and feed my family. And then I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be sounding all desperate and beggy. You chose to make that your job. Maybe, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, unless it had completely replaced my income by like 5 times, I don't think I could even consider that a real possibility. Here's the top part of that house, by the way. We're going to need more water here to make sure we're getting all the cracks of the wood up here. Oh, my neat holder I made is not holding it. Yeah. I had to hold it from the inside and get it all over my hand like I didn't want to. Now I'm taking a wild stab saying I'm probably going to come back and do another coat before we come to a final paint job. And that's okay. Now you could use a ton of different stuff. You could go out and pull weeds and, you know, use that for your thatch roof, or you could buy like you go to like Joann Fabrics or wherever is close to you and get coconut grass. You could do that. But I've just used this Dollar Tree foam that I had already to do my thatch roof. And if you look at it, it's not going to be terrible. It's going to look a little uniform and perfect, but it's not going to be terrible. Now I'm going to get up in here and paint the inside of this, even though I hadn't planned on it, just because there's some spots that I didn't shore up very well, that I didn't seal up, and you can see through some. So I'm just going to get in here and try to paint the inside of it some. And even though this isn't really necessary, it will provide some additional structure and strength because it's Mod Podge and it glues pretty hard. And it'll give a little bit of a coating and protection layer, I think. So even though it wasn't what I set out to do, I'm not overly concerned about it. But I am going to come back and hit all that again. Now, setting these two floors here, let me wipe my hands off a little bit. I want to get an additional layer of glue down here in the bottom, okay? Okay, something like that. Oh, my glue gun. Oh, yeah, my fire gun. Everything's flying. All right, now I'm covered in junk. So, get your brush and make sure it's wet. I just dip mine back in water. You want to get in here and you want to create like a pool of sticky, wet glue in the middle here. And you're probably thinking, but why? Why do I want to do that? Well, you'll see in a second. And we're going to set that off to the side. And we're going to come back. Where's my dirt? And then here's regular dirt from outside. And I'm going to sprinkle it in here. And I get a little bit on the walls, that's okay, but I'm trying not to get on the walls the best I can. I'm just turning it so I can see a little better. There's no other real, particularly super good reason. Okay, now I'm going to leave that in there, and I'm going to let that dry in there like that. And then I'm going to shake that out, back out onto my little can here. Then on the outside, what we want to do is just kind of get a nice coating of that gluey, wetty kind of mix. I got a little on top. Not really what I wanted, but Should be okay. Let's turn this a little bit. Okay. Let's get that. Well, let's try to dump as much of it as we can back into a tray and save it. I'm going to set this off to the side. I'm going to bring this back over. Now, because I don't want a bunch of dirt clumps that are great big in there, I'm going to try to take a couple of those bigger ones right out with my tweezers. And then the other ones I'm going to come back later. Where are my tweezers? Oh, there they are up here. I'm just going to take some of these biggest chunks out, like this one. I don't want those giant chunks in there. And those are actual rocks that didn't grind up with a mortar and pestle well. Okay. And then when this dries, you can use a toothbrush and kind of knock off some of that crud. You know, you could probably do it now, but let me see if we can get some of that with just our regular paintbrush. See if we can get some of that off there, or at least make it part of it if we had to. Alright, well that's not perfect, but that'll do what we want it to at least. So we'll remove some of that junk. Again, rushing because you're in a hurry like I am to get a video done. When you're doing this in real life, it's smarter to let everything dry and then come back in and do your ground. It was obviously a mistake to try to rush and do it the way I did because you can't be that careful, or I can't be that careful. But you'll see how it works. So we're going to let this dry. I'm going to scoop off any dirt or anything up here that'll stop it from sitting together nicely when I'm done crafting it. Just because we want it to still sit together nice when it's, you know, done. No other reason. Okay. I don't think we got any chunks off the roof or off the top of the wall. All right, so I'm going to call it here. I'm going to set this in front of the fan to dry for some period of hours, and then I'm going to come back and work on it some more and make a part 3. Now, my ambition is that in part 3 we will actually finish it. But that is simply an ambition and not necessarily the reality behind it. I have some other ideas of things I'd like to do, but we'll see how that works out later. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, leave a comment, check out the website, check out our Discord. There's links in the description. Don't forget to use that coupon code that's in my description too to get yourself some serious money off miniatures. Hey, thanks for watching.